Well, there are still a lot more questions than there are answers for concerned parents here in Windsor. But the Board of Education did make proposals to the superintendent for this problem they say that has been long-standing.
I'm angry, also really angry, because children's safety and health, their health is a huge part of their education.
Parents' frustration and worry clear on their faces in Tuesday night's Board of Education meeting.
It's scary sending your child into a building that it's not safe.
This comes after pictures surfaced of mold on desks, ceilings, and other places at Oliver Ellsworth Elementary School.
This has been a situation that has not happened overnight, and unfortunately will not be resolved overnight.
Now parents and teachers want answers to what solutions will be as they send their children to school.
I am absolutely disgusted and actually worried, not only for my child that's there, but for the staff that's there.
While parents say these pictures are from last week, the superintendent says otherwise.
They're not from this year, and they weren't from any time when school was in session. So in the summer, that's when we discovered the issue last summer.
The district also says that third-party testing was done and results were in legal parameters for students and staff to be in school. The superintendent doubling down that it is safe.
And I will say clearly, I have family in that school, and one of my daughters works at that school. And I'm not going to risk my children, and I'm not going to risk my family, and I'm not going to risk any children here in Windsor Public Schools.
The BOE says the bottom line is there's a problem that needs to be fixed.
This is not a time for finger pointing. This is a time where we come together and provide leadership, collaboration, and make sure that at least this Board of Education can earn back the trust of the citizens and the staff.
Now, another big concern at this meeting tonight was the lack of transparency between officials and parents. The BOE proposed to the superintendent that they have an official come out every week to the BOE, the town officials, and staff about an update on what's happening, and appoint another person to propose to the public about what's happening as well. And the superintendent, he has another meeting here tomorrow night for the public. He says that he'll have a lot more answers for those concerned parents. And the next town council meeting is next Tuesday. In Windsor, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Back to school usually means back to school jitters, but for parents in Windsor, they're feeling back to school nerves, concerned over mold in Oliver Ellsworth Elementary School.
It was heartbreaking just bringing them to school that, in that condition.
Pictures are circulating in Windsor of mold on desks, chairs, ceilings, objects, and surfaces in Oliver Ellsworth Elementary School.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, I've seen things where, I get like, if it was like a playground ball outside or whatever, it deals with moisture and dampness and stuff like that or whatever. But there's no way that, a kid's chair or desks or even the ceilings or stuff like that should have black mold like that.
Preschool through second grade students are returning for their second day of school on Tuesday. What's normally an exciting time is clouded by a nightmare for parents.
He was sick 16 days throughout the year. Random stuffiness, cough, but it would just be him. It's not like he caught it from anyone else.
Now Alex Mendoza, like many other parents, is calling on the town for answers and solutions.
A short-term solution is really get in there with dehumidification in these classrooms, super almost COVID-like scrub deep cleaning of the rooms.
The town's mayor, Don Trink, says he's working with school officials to make sure the classrooms are safe for staff and the young students.
Every person on the council, Republican, Democrat, Board of Ed, Republican, Democrat, we don't care. The idea is that we all have to work together and get this fixed.
The district says third-party testing was done and results are within legal parameters, but results of an air quality test are still pending and will be for a few weeks.
We have a baseline testing done. Is there something that's drawing in this ultra humid air?
The school board is holding a meeting tonight at 6 p.m., but this is a listen-only meeting, so no parents or staff members are able to ask questions. Now, the district is holding another meeting tomorrow night at 6 p.m. where they will take questions from the audience. In Windsor, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
I think that they don't care about our kids at all.
Concern about mold is continuing to be a big issue in Cherokee County. Tonight, the school district hosted a community meeting to present the results of their air quality testing. All of that was released on Monday, as we've been telling you here on 7 News. There are a lot of questions, of course, a lot of comments during this meeting tonight. 7 News reporter Ann Maxwell has more on what happened.
By the way, I'm the social media person who blew this up. My name's Donnie Patterson. I'm a microbiologist.
In the wake of that social media outcry, the Cherokee County School District responded by hiring contractor JMac Environmental to test the air quality in the schools.
Another issue we had is massive oozing.
JMac gathered 180 samples and found one positive result for toxic black mold. But at a meeting Thursday night, parents say the testing didn't go far enough.
They should have tested every room in every school.
Contractor John McNamara of JMac says he wouldn't have had time to go through the 1,200 rooms in the district's schools. Others questioned the independence of JMac, who has performed services for the district in years past. When a parent asked about the bidding process to award the contract, Superintendent Dr. Quincy Moore didn't have an answer. However, she did speak about budget constraints. She says a 2013 study found that the schools need $200 million worth of work, and that 6 new schools were needed. She says they replaced 2 schools and invested $67 million for improvements. Parents recounted concerns about classroom conditions. They tell 7 News their kids became sick when they're at school, but are well when school's out.
The snotty nose, raspy voice, drainage, just generally not feeling good.
Dr. Moore says she is taking up JMAC's recommendations to improve conditions in school buildings. Others raised concerns about transparency. Some people say teachers are being intimidated into keeping silent about environmental concerns with the threat of job loss and lawsuits.
If we do, we're going to lose our jobs. That's the concern that I have.
During the meeting, Dr. Moore promised that teachers would not face legal action for voicing their concerns. In Gaffney, Ann Maxwell, 7 News.
Dr. Moore also said that the safety of the students and the staff is of utmost importance.
It's just a mess. At first I thought IU was handling this well, but the more I find out that this has been an ongoing issue.
Mold in university dorm rooms is the problem. A mother is unhappy with how Indiana University is dealing with it. The university says it is committed to providing a safe environment for its students and has a plan to get rid of the mold and get students back into their rooms. Working for you, RTV6's Derek Thomas has that story.
This is a photograph of the mold that was on the heating and air conditioning vent in 18-year-old Isabel Trusty's dormitory room. It was on her furniture, too. She's been shuttled from place to place while her room is being cleaned up.
I have a test today, and I have not had a chance to study that well.
Really?
Yeah. Because I've been looking for housing, and because I've been concerned that I won't have a place to stay this weekend.
The university has created this emergency operations center to direct the cleanup detail. Resources are directed to and monitored from this site. The primary dormitories affected are Foster and McNutt. 122 workers are deployed trying to fix things, but Isabel's mother isn't sure administrators understand.
I just think they need to be aware of the seriousness of the situation. The kids are sick, they're missing class, and they're scared. They want a place to live, and it's ruining their freshman experience.
We know that we have a significant issue. We know that a lot of people have been disrupted by this. We know that it's been very hard for us to respond as quickly as we would like to, and we are absolutely determined that we are going to make this right.
The university is deeply sorry for the disruption and struggle the mold issue is causing, and it is giving some students money back. In fact, they're giving students who have been affected a $3,000 credit. That is no doubt welcomed by many, but there's some who still would like better communication about their immediate future.
I have no clue when I'm going to be able to move back into my dorm in Foster. I don't know. I haven't gotten any information on that, so I'm just waiting.
And the workers continue to clean. The university hopes the remediation is finished by November 1st. In Bloomington, Derek Thomas, RTV6.
Parents and teachers at a Deep River Middle School found out their mold issue is much worse than they thought.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Hector Molina is showing us just how bad it is and what's next for students and staff.
We're going to be here for a while. We're going to be out of there for a while. We're going to be cleaning this up for a long time.
The pictures on your screen show some of the 21 samples of dangerous mold currently inside John Winthrop Middle School. These findings were presented at tonight's Board of Education meeting by mold expert Larry Cannon, who says the school isn't safe for anyone.
When I saw that, I said, district really needs to know this.
He conducted the test on September 7th, which prompted the administration to move all John Winthrop students and staff into Valley Regional High School, causing the schools to coexist under one roof. Cannon believes a possible cause of the mold could be the school's HVAC system combined with the high humidity we had over the summer. After hearing of tonight's findings, parents and teachers believe the school within a school approach may last longer than expected.
We're now 4 weeks in. The teachers are in an overcrowded environment, not conducive to teaching and learning.
You can't tell me that this is an optimal environment for these teachers to teach and these kids to learn. Reality is nothing about this is easy.
The school district now faces two issues: fixing the mold at the middle school and creating space at the high school, as teachers continue to hold class anywhere they can find space.
Back of the auditorium, a small section of the hallway, or even a locker room.
Staff have generated some really great ideas on things we can change soon to make a difference, but we also understand that we have to think long-term around space needs.
And now the next steps for the Board of Ed include hiring an engineering team to go into the middle school to decide how or if they're going to be able to fix the problem, as well as creating more space for students here at Valley Regional. They'll be discussing those plans at a meeting next week right here at the high school. In Deep River, Hector Molina, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Some breaking news.